Relief for residents in far north Dallas and Collin counties with the arrest of two men during the weekend who police suspect are the evening burglars because of the time of day of their break-ins. Among those arrested, Corey Lee Caldwell. Court records show he's been arrested for home burglaries repeatedly during the past 25 years. Fox 4's Sean Rebb has more from our Dallas newsroom.
Yeah, and lawyers who represented Caldwell over the years told me today this is an unbelievable case. In fact, those defense attorneys say they're shocked that he was arrested for home burglaries again. That's because he was sentenced to 60 years in prison not quite 5 years ago. Now, Caldwell's caught again. In neighborhoods where the so-called evening burglars been prolific, Friday night's arrest made a happy Valentine's Day weekend.
There's been a lot of this going on for a good while now.
Among the men arrested by a task force of officers Friday night, Corey Lee Caldwell.
Should Corey Lee Caldwell have even been on the street?
No, he shouldn't have. I mean, there was a breakdown somewhere.
In 2006, Caldwell was on probation in an organized crime case connected to home burglaries and was being rearrested for the same thing when he walked out of an unlocked holding cell through a courtroom to freedom. Toby Shook was an assistant district attorney at the time.
We attended, representatives of the DA's office went to town hall meetings trying to reassure the public that obviously once he's apprehended, he would get a lot of time.
Caldwell avoided arrest until November 2007.
No matter.
He stayed in jail until 2010 when Judge Don Adams sentenced him to 60 years in prison for violating his probation. Police cleared more than 200 burglaries with his arrest. While in prison, he wrote a letter to Judge Adams telling him, quote, "I love you as a brother in Christ." 4 years later, he's out, and police say doing what he did before, home burglaries. How does that happen with a 60-year sentence? Because, says Shook, his crimes were not violent against people.
It's one of the most frustrating parts. When citizens think someone for a burglary charge gets 60 years, they think he'll be there 20, 25 years, where in reality, they'll come up for parole after a few short years.
Friday night, Caldwell being followed by police after a tip, both on the ground and DPS troopers in a helicopter. The arrest affidavit says DPS observed Caldwell break the glass back door and enter the residence.
I think what you'll see this time is a concerted effort by the DA's office to try to stack sentences on him, meaning that after he makes parole on one sentence, then he starts serving time on the next sentence.
Of course, that's if he's convicted on the current charges, 3 right now. And from jail today, Corey Lee Caldwell respectfully declined our interview request. Clarice, back to you.
All right, Sean, thank you.
All right.